Hello and welcome to a match reaction video on Latte Firm. Arsenal have beaten Tottenham, the enemy, by a 0-0 at the Swamp, at their ground, in front of their own fans. Oh yes, what a sweet, sweet day. What a sweet day. Arsenal have beaten Spurs by a 0-0, North London derby winners. It is so good to be live here with you on this match reaction video. I'm so happy. I've not been able to stop smiling. I've got a hanger in my mouth, grinning from sort of ear to ear. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful result. No Rice, no Erdegaard, no Marino, no Calafiori, no Sinchenko, no Jesus, no problem. No problem. North London derby winners. North London is red. Arsenal are back. We are so back, baby. Welcome to everybody watching the match reaction video. If you're tuning in for the first time, please do subscribe to the channel. Set your notifications on so you don't miss a video in future. Drop a like on the video. It's a massive help. And of course, get involved in the chat. And that is where we will head to today. Hopefully my internet connection is just holding up. I'm not sure what is happening, but here we are. V Vlad was first in the house. North London forever, he says. No midfield, no problem. What a win. Come on, you Gunners. That's right. Come on, you Gunners, indeed. Gabriel Magalhães, the king of Brazil, was our North London Derby Day hero as he headed home a bullet header in that second half to secure a third straight victory at White Hart Lane, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, fast becoming our training ground. That's right, 3 wins in 3. Oh, we are so red. We are so back. Mr. Stumpy Ninja says, Gabriel, that is all. That is a world-class message in the chat. I love that. Gabriel, indeed. Paul James also. No Calafiori, no Sinchenko, no Rice, no Marino, no Odegaard. No problem. We are the Arsenal and we are back. Louis, welcome to the show today. He says, that was not an easy watch, lads. We clearly missed Odegaard and Rice. We did. Luckily, our sloppy play wasn't punished. Not sure we were sloppy. Spurs at home, you know that they were going to try and sort of attack us and dominate possession. And, they've had a decent start to the season, as they often do. But then, of course, the ending was inevitable. But who cares? Louis says, Vamos! We haven't conceded a goal with 11 men. We haven't trailed in an away game in 2024. That's insane. That is insane. Mr. Stumpy Ninja coming back to say, absolutely agree. Timber looks so calm no matter what, even after being booked for a great bit of skill. We'll talk about Jurien Timber because I am impressed by what I'm seeing. I really am. This guy's been out for a year, but what a player. What a signing. Guna73, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Says, get in there. Missing what could possibly be our first choice midfield. We still get the result. Come on, you Gunners. A great result. Going into the game, I'm sure you guys would have shared the feeling. It's not fun looking forward to the North London derbies. They're such massive fixtures. You know exactly what they mean. Bragging rights, the enemy, history over the years. I think it's the most goals scored in a Premier League fixture. Wild. I mean, the nerves, the anxiety, the excitement, the optimism, the pessimism, the fear, the nerves. Like there's so many different emotions going into the game. And to be sat here now, knowing that we've got the 3 points, knowing that we've come away with a clean sheet and a victory, is such a sweet feeling. Such a sweet feeling. Guna73 says, Raya has stepped up a level. I've been wanting to see Calafiori start, but Timber more than showed up today. That back 5 won us the match. The defensive resilience from these boys. I think Gary Neville mentioned it in the or during the commentary in the post-match, sort of saying, we just never looked like we were really in trouble. We looked so calm. We looked so mature. Mikel Arteta's built this team over the last couple of years. We've got experience of coming away to grounds like this and grinding out results. And that's exactly what we did. Like, it was professional. And I'm sure if you watch the game back, the sort of nerves that you experienced during the game because it's the North London derby probably don't exist. Like, you watch the game, you think, yeah, Spurs didn't really have much. We were in complete control. Complete control. Ishmael Melamez says, anyone a little worried about how Saka went off? Look, it's never nice to see Bukayo hobble off. He was smiling at the end with David Raya, though. Hopefully fit for next weekend against Manchester City. Richie Dubfeller in the house says, massive result, 11-11. Nico Yova, best set piece coach in the world. Indeed, what a guy. What a guy. The competitive edge that we've been lacking. I think it was Ange Postecoglou who said last season that he wasn't worried about Spurs not defending so well from set pieces. Well, mate, Maybe you should be paying attention to that a bit more, but I'm not going to complain. Stumpy Ninja says we'll have to hold our collective breath on Saka until we get news, I guess. Yes, hopefully next week will not be a problem for him. But of course, we've got Atalanta on Thursday kickoff before we go to City on Sunday. Champions League is back. Can't wait for that either. Karen is in the chat. Hello, Karen. Hello to you. Let me do a little wave back. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. What a load of brilliant content to come. The match reaction live right now. We've got a post-match phone in on X at 6 o'clock and then the late night latte tonight. Ooh, that's going to be so sweet. Goona73 says, if Saka is injured, at least we have Sterling to step in. Let's enjoy the win before first. Plenty of time for doom and gloom later, indeed. And Wanyeri came on. He sat down one of their players and had a really nice touch about him, Wanyeri. First, sort of feeling of the North London derby for the young boy. Raheem Sterling making his debut. Gabriel Jesus coming back from injury. It's looking good. Maybe the timing is just right ahead of the game next Sunday. V Vlad says the Monday after winning the North London derby is better than anything in this world. Oh, yes. My line manager at work, line manager, he is a big Spurs fan. And I was sending him abuse yesterday saying, I hope you don't get smashed. One of us is going to be grumpy. One of us is going to be happy on Monday morning. I've got an 8 a.m. breakfast with him. I can't wait to see him. Cannot wait to see you. Jude says, who's going to be Tottenham's next manager? Yeah, listen, Ange Postecoglou, your fans have been violated, my friend. You didn't appreciate the tenacity, the intensity, the ferocity of a North London derby. You didn't care about raising your game or changing your game for this fixture, mate. Maybe you should have. Hold that L is what I'm going to say. Enjoy the win, everyone. Come on, you Gunners. And Paul James says, as Ange would say, we're shit. That's just who we are, mate. El Perdedor says, vamos. Keep the love coming. Keep the love coming. Sohan says, get the fucking love this team. Dr. Hank Venture, my man, FK, what is up? I'll tell you what's up, my friend. North London derby victory. This delicious feeling on a Sunday afternoon stroke evening. That is what is up, my man. I hope you're enjoying it. Rosh says Arsenal is red. North London is red. We knew that. Tyler Blake in the chat. Welcome, Tyler. Set piece FC with the Flames. Big Gabby. What a performance from Gabriel Magalhaes. I mean, he's been fantastic. William Saliba has always sort of claimed all the plaudits and the sort of credit because of his Rolls-Royce-like performances. But Gabriel, so often the unsung hero, today a warrior. And what a bullet header. That little push on Romero, showing him who's boss, rising from that corner and just, smashing it into the net. Fabulous goal. Tyrone Sweeney just shouts, yes, FK. That's right. You need to work on your spelling, Trevor De Vega, but I know what you mean. North London is red. Rosh shouting North London is red. Awatunde, thank you for joining us, also says red. And Ron, great result, masterclass in defending. You're absolutely right. It was a brilliant performance. And like I say, I mean, it was like they tried sort of jabbing at us, but they couldn't lay a finger, let alone a glove. And I think if you watch that game back again, you will see that it was actually quite comfortable. Wayne's in the house. Can you please tweet these bloody things out? Hashtag marketing. Yeah, listen, the post-match phone-in link will be out straight after this video. You know I'm a bit lax with this stuff, but I'm just going to enjoy the moment, my friend. Nico Aldape says 1-0 to the Arsenal. Trevor Bibbins, regular on the show. Good afternoon, FK. So happy that we can still win games like this without key players. That is a very, very important point, Trevor. I'm sure most of you, like me, were nervous going into today. Like, no Odegaard, no Rice. When was the last time we'd done that? It's a massive fixture. In fact, if you could have picked one or two fixtures that you wouldn't want Rice and Odegaard to miss, it would be City away. It would be Spurs away. That's how big an impact that, these things have on your mind, on your emotions going in. Chicago Guna says, we're live and we are latte living. Let's go. Clark 31 says, Spurs are actually a joke. They were creaming themselves. We had no Rice, no Odegaard. We just diced them. Listen, Romero's better than Gabriel. Shut up. Elite clubs just have to react and adapt. We are so back. Fuck off. We've done that beautifully. Any other, Madison was worse than Odegaard, and Odegaard didn't even play today. Let me just put it that. Flip Doc in the house says, no Odegaard, no Rice, no Marino, no Zinni, no Tommy in their own effing backyard. What do we think of Tottenham? Oh, yes. There's a lot of things coming out like that. Oslo Guna says, yes, Guna. 8 players missing and we still win. Proud of the squad. Right, keep the chat coming. I'm going to bring some slides up as I normally do. First place I'm going to start is team news. What a headline, eh? 1-0 to the Arsenal. Heritage. I will take that all day long. Look, starting lineup. David Raya, of course, in between the sticks, I thought had a very, very calm performance today. Really sort of putting us all at ease. Clean claims, clean catches, particularly towards the end, claiming the ball, holding on tight and just sort of falling to the floor. His distribution was outstanding. There were moments in the game where I thought, Raya, what are you doing out there near the corner flag or outside the box? His passing almost always found an outlet. What a goalkeeper, what a siding. What a way he's elevated our defensive performance. Fabulous. White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Timber. We're going to talk about Jury and Timber later, but Ben White, for me, I saw a video in midweek where Raheem Sterling was just sort of leaving him for dead. Like he beat him with a bit of sort of pace and skill. And I thought, oh, that doesn't quite look like Ben. I don't think Ben White had one of his better games today. I really feel that Ben struggled today. I don't know. Like, that's just how I feel watching the game. If I rewatch it, I'm sure I'll maybe analyze it differently, but I just feel he was a little bit off the pace. Look, his pictures towards the end, his celebrations towards the end, phenomenal, but I just feel it wasn't one of Ben White's best games. And of course, interim England manager Lee Carsley was watching on. Not that it's going to change anything because he doesn't want to play for England, but just something to maybe keep an eye on ahead of Thursday and Sunday. Galiba, there you go, Galiba. Saliba and Gabriel, what a pairing. I think Sky Sports asked the question after the game, are these two the best defensive pair in world football? I have to say, I think they are. I think they've got it all. They have obviously this unbelievable desire to defend, first and foremost. They are proper, hungry, determined, they want to defend more than anything. They have the strength, they have the aerial ability, they have the recovery pace, they can play ball, they can outmuscle you, they can outrun you, they can outfight you, it's just phenomenal. These two, we talk about it on this channel so often, but we are so lucky to have these two defenders at our club. It's absolutely just wonderful to see. And Wayne in the chat saying, "Can you?" Well, yeah, you can. I can tweet the bloody thing. I've scrolled up by mistake, but Wayne, I think, was talking about it being a defensive masterclass from Mikel Arteta and the team. Here we go. Mikel Arteta, absolute masterclass tactically today. It was a defensive masterclass. Flipdoc saying 10 away wins in 11 games, 9 clean sheets, and a lot of that is down to that defensive duo. Saliba and Gabriel, or Galiba. Yuri and Timber we'll talk about in just a second. Partey, who's going to have to carry a lot of the weight over the next sort of couple of weeks. I tipped him as my unexpected star of the season. I thought he did okay. First sort of hour, 70 minutes, tired towards the end. Game does pass him by, but listen, so far, so good, ever present, and he's contributing. So listen, I'm not going to knock Thomas Partey. If we can get another 15, 20 games out of him, sort of in a row, on a run, we could be looking at a special player there. Jorginho, I didn't want to see him in the lineup before we started the game, but he came in, and Mikel Arteta likes to go with experience. We were all sort of, frothing at the mouth of the prospect of maybe Nwaneri coming in to replace a Skip and Havertz playing at left 8, but he went with Jorginho and Partey alongside one another. He went with Trossard, obviously up top with Kai Havertz. So he went for experience, and Jorginho played really well. He ran out of legs again towards the end, but as a conductor, very, very good player. Saka, who of course hobbled off. Martinelli, who I thought was outstanding. Out of possession, Saka and Martinelli, what defensive effort. There were numerous occasions where we lost the ball and Spurs were breaking upfield and they were going against our fullbacks, but we were, 2-on-2. Saka was defending on that right-hand side to cover Ben White. Martinelli was back time and time again, covering for Yuri and Timber. Really brilliant defensive performance. What a work effort from the boys here. Absolutely superb. There's a super chat in the house. Call Out Boy says, beautiful irony to the best centre-back in the world, Romero, leaving his man for the goal, the bog standard Gabriel. First of all, Call Out Boy, thank you so much for your generous super chat. Really, really appreciate it, and it helps the channel. And your comment, absolutely. All that chat, all that shit about Romero being the greatest centre-back and Van der Ven, the quickest, the best, all that sort of nonsense. These two, Gabriel and Saliba, are the standard. These two are the best centre-backs in the Premier League. And it was beautiful to see Gabriel, that little push on Romero, who went flying. He rose so strongly and smashed it in bullet header past the flapping Vicario. It was just just beautiful to see. Once again, call out, boy. Really appreciate you, my friend. Thanks a lot for the super chat to the channel. Let's go to some of the chat, actually. Ishmael says we've won every away game bar one in 2024. That's in the Premier League. Phenomenal. And I repeat again, we've not trailed in any of those away league games in the entire calendar year. Flipdoc says first Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta to win 3 back-to-back away North London derbies. Phenomenal. I mean, Arteta's made it his training ground. Like, we go in there and we are just looking more mature, more comfortable, more confident every time. It's an easy 3 points today. Adsy, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the video. Says Romero is not as good as what Spurs fans say he is. He's not, and he's a bit of a live wire, and he's an entertaining defender to watch when you're not playing him. But I don't think he's a great defender. Rene says first time catching the show live. What a statement after the new contract for Arteta. Come on, you Gunners. Greetings from Chile. Rene, first of all, thanks so much for joining us. Great that you're able to join us live. And yeah, Mikel Arteta's new contract. What a way to christen that. You know, first game after a new deal. White Hart Lane, the old enemy, 1-0, clean sheet, 3 points. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Wayne's World says, I'm also shouting out Martinelli. The TikTok brains will only remember one missed chance, but he was a danger throughout and he worked so hard. Yeah, Martinelli's off the ball today, out of possession today. Phenomenal. Really, really good to see Martinelli back. I understand people want to see goals from him. He had a moment in that first half where he really should have done better, but he sort of passed it back to Vicario. But his off the ball efforts today, phenomenal. It's one of the things that I think everyone should rewatch the game to kind of watch just how hard he worked. I think the goals will come. Saka looked fine, in my opinion, says Taylor. Well, that's good bloody news. And hopefully Saka will be back for the upcoming clash against Manchester City on Sunday. So listen, let's talk about the goal. The King of Brazil. 60 odd minutes on the clock. And we get a corner. Bukayo Saka sort of lofts it into the box with precision and with whip and with speed. And the King of Brazil rose ever so elegantly, having nudged Romero out the way so amusingly. And he bullet-headed home for Arsenal. Absolutely brilliant. And do you know what I loved most about this chat? I loved his celebration, the way he wheeled away, the slow motion on the badge, banging it in front of the camera, screaming at his teammates, as you can see there on the image there, to his mates Havertz, and being hugged by Saliba, who's always the first one in the celebrations, always the first one. Just brilliant. And he deserved the goal. He deserves the moment. It's almost, as much as we would have wanted a second and a third and a fourth, it's almost quite nice that this was the winner, because this is the goal that the game is going to be remembered by. You know, had Raheem Sterling scored towards the end, or maybe Gabby Jesus, then maybe the 2-0, the scoreline, the second goal would have been the one that we all remember. This is the goal. And this is such an amazing goal for such a great player who is executing his game just brilliantly. And he's still so young, you know, mid-20s. He's got so much more football in his legs. I don't even know what his ceiling is, but I'm so happy. Rofikov says, happiness for days, FK. Tears of joy. Look at the emojis there. Paul James says, Jorginho needs to be credited. He'd not played a single minute before today. That's a really salient point. Probably would never have expected to play today, having watched Arsenal Brighton on the bench a couple of weeks ago. Captain in the North London derby, and he put on a midfield masterclass. He closed off passing lanes. He was tackling and slowing the game down, recycling the ball and just getting us going. It's just a shame that he's not 6-7 years younger. A bit more energy in those legs would have been brilliant. V Vlad says, shout out to Havertz. He's never injured, plays full 90s, brilliant work rate, underrated aggressiveness, such a good outlet. I can't imagine a starting 11 without him now. Think about how we felt when we signed Kai Havertz. Think about all the comments that we saw and all the uncertainty within the fan base. People like me sort of saying, why have we signed him? What sort of position is he going to be in? Why is he playing left eight? What? Look at him now, undroppable. Can't imagine a starting 11 without him, says V Vlad. He's absolutely right. Flipdoc says Big Gabby has 15 goals, the most by any centre-back since he joined us. What a player. Hand of Ozil, the GOAT of transfer ITK. Get involved on X. FK, my brother, that Gabriel Magalhaes contract extension is going to be sweet. Hashtag soon. There you go. Latte Firm exclusive. Hand of Ozil, the GOAT, says Gabriel will be signing a new contract at Arsenal Football Club. That is amazing, amazing news. Slides aren't showing. What's going on? Are slides showing? Are they back? Are the slides? No slides back. We can't see slides. Let's try again. You gotta love live production. It's crazy. Right. Give me a shout now. Can you see slides now? Someone just say, oh, the chat's gone wild. What's going on? Wow. Slides are back now. Yes. Bakary Lasagna. Sorry, I've missed so many. I'm such an old man. Like, I literally cannot keep up with the chat. I can't keep up. You guys are amazing. By the way, hundreds of you have been watching live so far. If you are still watching, despite the slides going off, no slides, can't see slides. We can't see slides. No slides, FK. Timber is a beast in the middle of all that. Love that, Tanweer. Please do like the video. It's a massive help to the channel, and it really does help the recognition of the channel on YouTube. Right, hopefully the slides are back. We were talking about Gabriel. We were eulogizing about his performances and his goal-scoring contributions. Wayne's a happy boy now. Slides. Whee! Finally getting visuals, says FlipDoc. That's what this channel is all about, right? You need the elite visuals. These slides take me about 10 minutes to prepare before each show, so I appreciate that the thanks. Back to Hand of Ozil. Gabriel contract coming soon. Fantastic. Dr. I love these random comments. These are the Foggin standards, guys. That's just random. Just whack it in there. Gunnar PL says, hey, from Poland. What a result. North London is red. Hello, my Polish friends. Welcome to the show. Welcome to North London Derby match reaction live on Latte Firm. North London is red. 3-point lane. I saw that from Dobbo earlier. When needed says 3-point lane. Absolutely fabulous. And look at those results on the right-hand side, courtesy of PremierLeague.com. 3 wins on the bounce now at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for Arsenal in the Premier League. It is our training ground. It is where we are going and winning points, and it's becoming routine, and it's awesome. The celebration reminded me of Lacazette versus Wolves, the pure passion. Yeah, do you remember that? The last-minute winner, the late at the death winner at the Emirates against Wolves. Lacazette scoring, Gabriel just wheeling away. Oh, it was just so much joy. So much joy. Flipjock says, I think FK's chat is delayed. Yeah, mate, I can't scroll down fast enough. You guys are too good. CK says, always top-notch production at you, Latte Firm. Amazing channel. Thank you, CK, for the love. I really appreciate that. Let's get back to the football. Right, let's move on. I want to talk about this guy, Jurrien Timber. And I want to call him a beast. Look, the image is on screen there. Let me know in the chat if you can't see the slides anymore. Maybe it's like a slide transition thing, but hopefully you can still see them now. We signed him. He made a couple of appearances at the start of the season. I thought season before last, and I thought, wow, what a player. And then, of course, he had the injury, and it's a really tough injury to come back from. You know, he spent a year out. He would have been so gutted emotionally. It must have been so challenging. And now the guy is back, and he's playing left back, and he looks like he's been playing here forever and ever. He's strong. He's fast. His recovery pace, physically a warrior. You can't run past him. You can't run through him. You have difficulty running around him. His recovery is brilliant. His ball control technique to play on the other side of defense. He's just got that dog in him, like Captain Karimbo says. James Benj, a friend of the channel, he tweeted a picture of a chest x-ray with that dog in the old lungs, in the old heart. But what a player. I mean, FlipDoc saying today, Jurrien announced himself to the fans. What an absolute warrior. He's announced himself. And I honestly don't know what Mikel Arteta is going to do now with Jurrien Timber. Because when Calafiori's fit, when Tomiyasu's back, when Zinchenko's back, who plays where? Maybe we just spoke a few moments ago, or I spoke a few moments about Ben White. I didn't think it was one of his best games. Maybe Ben needs a couple of games. I don't know. What do you guys make of Ben White's performance? Let me know in the chat, because I don't think it was one of his best games. But I think Jurrien Timber on the other side, absolutely phenomenal. And I'm just so excited to see where this guy's going to go. Just on the challenge, I don't think it was a yellow. I think Pedro Porro going down and holding his foot and the fans getting on their feet. I think the ref was very quick to brandish the yellow. It could have been maybe a red card from another referee another day. But I'm pleased it wasn't. I'm pleased there was no follow through. And then, of course, the goalkeeper Vicario coming out and trying to chat, trying to get into Timber's grill, but Timber literally just not having any of it, and it was brilliant. And do you know what? I love scuffles like that. It was in front of the Spurs end, and all the players you see, Saliba and Gabriel and Havertz and Saka, straight in there trying to pull the players apart. I love shit like that. I love shit like that. Bakary Lissani saying, "Christ, there were so many cards in that first half." There were. Let me know what the count was of cards. There were quite a few in that game, and there was a time when I kind of thought to myself, I mean, Saliba. Let's talk about Saliba. Got an early yellow card, and to play against Solanke, who was a handful physically. William Saliba's composure and audacity to perform the way he did after being booked is something we need to talk about. Measured, controlled, calm. I mean, he got booked not for a foul. Ironically, he got booked for trying to, not allowing the game to continue. And I thought to myself, that's a silly yellow card, William. If you go off now with a second yellow for a foul, you've only got yourself to blame. But it was faultless. Absolutely faultless. Comments coming in now about Ben White. V Vlad says White was unusually poor, made some basic mistakes, but it's rare because he's good 9 times out of 10. Flipdoc says White didn't have a great game. Maybe there's a low grade injury. Do you remember Rob Holding's interview with Michael Timms saying that Ben White's the only player in the squad who would just play with an injury? Doesn't really, injuries don't phase him. Maybe there's something there. Man in the Mirror says, I'm so proud to have Jurien Timber as a Gooner, great player, but just because my first name is so close to his, Jerian. Ah, that's your name. Welcome to the show, my friend. Really appreciate that. Pepper says, Timber starts for me. Well, if Timber's here to start, there's going to be some upset players. Wayne saying David Raya this season is undisputed number 1, has gone up a whole level. Love him. Antonio says White pocketed Son, got his number 1 job done. Yeah, look, I guess looking back, we'll probably see that Son didn't have much fortune. There were a couple of times when he got away from Ben White with his pace. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. Let's see what happens. Dr. Hank Venture says Saliba has that French arrogance, and he could back it up. I mean, look, it's a fantastic feeling today as I'm sat here, guys. To beat Spurs by 1-0 without our captain, without Declan Rice, without so many other players that so many of you guys have mentioned, and to put in a performance like that in a game that came early in the season. Spurs will still be bouncing, still buoyant. They would have been confident going into today's game. If the shoe's on the other foot and they were missing 2 or 3 of their star players, we'd be licking our lips thinking, yes, that's what you kind of want. And maybe they underestimated us. Maybe they didn't appreciate that defensively would be so difficult to beat. But you look at those stats, we've not been trailing in a league away game this calendar year. We're unbeaten in away games this calendar year. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm so happy. And actually, you know what? I guess I want to close the show by just saying how much I sort of really love these boys. I mean, Gary Neville mentioned it in the commentary for those of you that watched it on Sky Sports in the UK. Every man knows his job. Every player has this burning desire to work so hard for his teammate. Not one player rests. Not one player gets carried like a passenger. Every single player is so switched on, is so well drilled, is so, desperate to fight for his teammate, to fight for the gaffer, to fight for us fans. Honestly, I can't rave about these boys enough. What Mikel has done, given that he just signed a new contract from 4 or 5 years ago when he joined the club. Remember your first interview, he talked about creating a winning culture, an environment, an atmosphere. He talked about getting it right mentally and physically. He's got rid of all the toxicity. He's rebuilt this team. He has got cobbled together this group of such likable boys who just are so desperate to fight for one another. And you can see it in the celebrations. You can see how much it means to Gabby here. But you can see how much it means to the team and to the gaffers and to the coach after the game when they were running away towards the Arsenal fans. What a team, what a club, what a moment. And listen, as awesome as it is to win this game, we have bigger fixtures to worry about. The Champions League is back this week, Atalanta. And then, of course, it's Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium next Sunday, where, of course, we drew 0-0 last season. Can we go one better? That is going to be the acid test. I don't think I want to think about those games just yet. I think I just want to rewatch today's game and just take it all in. Get onto the socials and just enjoy it. That's what I want to do. I want to get onto the phones and hear what you guys have to say. Take your call in the post-match phone in on Twitter or X in about 25 minutes time with Wayne. And I want to just soak it all in. I want to drink it all in, Yeah, Flipdoc saying on to Atalanta. We've got Champions League before City. Yeah, I mean, look, on to City is my sort of reference to the Premier League game. The Champions League does start, of course, this week. We play on a Thursday night. City, I think, play on a Wednesday night. That is something that we need to bear in mind. Le Danielu says, huge performance. Let's stop doubting the team. Just on that point, actually, I was nervous this morning. I don't get nervous, but I feel a bit shaky. If anyone knows what I'm talking about. I was nervous, man. Not going to lie. And in fact, Yembele texted me saying, would you take a draw this morning? And I was like, I contemplated it. I'm not going to lie, but what a performance, eh? Well, I just can't stop smiling. I think I've smiled throughout this whole show. My mouth is actually beginning to hurt now. Tony Rosanda says, I love these boys and I love UFK. It's amazing what a win in the North London derby does, eh? People show their love for me. Come on, you Gunners, he says. Nico Yova contract extension. Hand of Ozil, let us know you are watching. Give us the news, my friend. Send us the file on Nico Yova. Is he going to sign a new contract at Arsenal, because he is doing a great job? Flipdoc just shouting out Vamos Gooners. Mr. Stumpy Ninja in the chat talking about terrible scheduling. I don't know if that's a dig at me or the channel or something else, but I'm trying my best. We are the Arsenal. Flipdoc says Timber was absolute fire, according to Rafael Serunkuma. He was. He absolutely was. Dr. Hank Venture says, sending a gorgeous Colombian light roast through the Gagia as we speak to keep the celebration going. They are phenomenal coffee machines. Is it Gagia? Gagia? Silent G? Let me know. Enjoy that, my friend. Enjoy that. Man in the Mirror says, it's a great away day, man. Smile away. It is. Ishmael says, wow, you thought about it, the draw? I would never be happy with a draw with the Spuds. No, listen, I wouldn't have been happy with it. But given the context around the game, and given the fact we dropped points against Brighton, and given that we've got Sunday City, I was just thinking, should we take the draw? But listen, lesson has been learned. I have to believe, indeed. How long is Odegaard out for? I'm not sure. And Mikel Arteta was quite coy in his press conference, wasn't he? Saying he's always wants to be there and we need to wait for a few more scans. And depending on who you follow on the socials, it's an ankle sprain. I sort of heard grade 2 ankle sprain. So if there's no ligament damage, he could be back within sort of 2 or 3 weeks. Let's see. Lemon Fear says, remind me what colour North London is. It's red, baby. It's red. Gagia, you had it. Dr. Hank Venture. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Mr. Stumpy Ninja, that's very kind of you. Playing Thursday, then Sunday, not UFK with the old scheduling. Thank you for that. And Oslo Guna says 3 weeks. Bakary Lasagna, you guys are so cultured. Look at this. I hope it's not a silent G in Gagia. Not many letters left in that case. Yeah. Right. I think we're going to leave it there. But listen, I love these boys. If you want more content, and there are hundreds of you watching live right now still on YouTube, please do like the video before you go. Really appreciate the super chats as well. Thank you for that call out boy earlier on. And of course, if you want to head to Patreon, to the very small community that we've got there is a Champions League ticket giveaway for one lucky Patreon member to come and watch the game with me, if that's what you want to do. You don't have to come with me. You can just take the ticket and be cool and not have to be with me at all. But I'm going to give a Champions League ticket away to one lucky Patreon member just because of the support that we've had on that, which is amazing. There is going to be a football phone-in about 20 minutes time on X, which is going to be awesome. I'm sure lots of you will be in very, very jubilant mood. And then, of course, tonight on YouTube at 9:30 p.m.-ish, we'll be back with a late night latte. Yembele has raced out to go and get his snack already. Flipdoc says, just who we are, mate. Hold that L, Ange, indeed. And Dr. Hank Venture says, love it. Thanks, boss. Enjoy the win and the rest of your weekend. Yes. Enjoy the weekend. Oysten in the house. Cheers, FK. We'll be back with the Premier League jingle as well. Right, we're going to leave it there. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the club. Appreciate the Arsenal. Gabriel was our hero as he headed home in the North London derby. 3 beautiful points from a beautiful man for a beautiful club. Until next time, bye for now.